All right, Marcus, thank you for hopping on with us tonight. We'll get right into questions. Apologize. Jamal, thanks for hopping on with us tonight. We'll get right into questions for Jamal Mashburn just as soon as they start rolling in the chat. We'll start off tonight with Andy Grader. Starts off, Andy.
Jamal, you guys are down 7 with 4 minutes to go. There's a media timeout there. What was kind of the message at that time as when you guys had the backs against the wall and needed a rally?
I mean, yeah, we've been in that position before, many of times, and sometimes we folded, and we laid over, and but this time, we just said we're gonna keep fighting and keep staying positive with each other, through the ups and the downs, just always continuing to stay positive, and the bench really helped us out too, just talking to everybody, just being positive. So overall, the positivity was there throughout the whole game.
Next, we will go to Marcus Fuller.
Jamal, the last couple games, obviously Marcus hasn't had his best shooting night, but he came up, clutch in the Rutgers game with the 3 at the end to give you guys a chance, and then he did it again tonight. What is it about Marcus that just those late game situations, he comes alive?
He's terrific. I mean, he's always ready, and we know he's gonna knock one down, and we know he's gonna get us one when we need him. So he's a big time player, and he always been that his whole career. If you really look at it, he's always showed up in clutch moments. Ever since he stepped on the floor. So credit to him. He's big time.
Next question will come from Tom Brew.
Jamal, as much as you guys have had to struggle through this losing streak, how important was it just for your own mental health just to get a win tonight and be able to play for another day?
It was really good. We really need to put that forward because we believe we can go on a run and get ourselves back on track to where we were, in the beginning of the season. Hopefully get an NCAA berth. So we have utmost confidence in ourselves, and we're just going to see if we can get and go get Ohio State.
Next, we'll go to Chris Heidel.
Hi, Jamal. Thanks for taking my question. Just talk about your first postseason game because you're a freshman from Miami. What was it like having your first postseason game?
It was cool. The arenas, I know it would be different, pre-COVID and, no COVID, it would be different atmosphere, but this is definitely lived up to the hype. This is what I've been waiting for, to play in March. It's been my dream to play in it since I was a little kid. So to be able to play in it now is a blessing. So I got to thank God for that one. So it was great.
If I can have a follow-up real quick, your father, well known in the NBA, what did he teach you, for this time of year and to get you ready?
Yeah, just staying locked in. The game is 90% mental. So being able to stay 100% locked in, whether you're shooting bad or whether, there's other things going on, you got to still go out there and perform and give it your all, and still go out there with the same attitude, regardless of what's going on, and how tired you are. That's what being a professional is about. And he was a professional for 12 years. So, he just teaches me about the mindset thing.
Thanks, Jamal.
Daniel House, over to you for the next one.
Hey, Jamal, did you guys have a goal of getting to the foul line and attacking the rim more in the second half?
Yeah, statistically, throughout the season, we're at our best when we get to the foul line. So that was one of our main focuses today because, they're a jump shooting team, so we can get out on the break and attack them. So that was one of our main focuses today, yes, for sure, to get to the foul line.
Next question will come from Jim Rich.
Okay. Hey, Jamal, just the difference this time. You guys have had leads before and let them slip away, especially against Northwestern earlier this year. What was the difference here that willed you guys to the win? Because, a lot of things are going to happen, season's over if you didn't get this done. What was said or what did you feel may have been different this time around for you guys?
I just think, like you said, the season could be over. I think, once you get that sense of urgency of, the season could be over. This could be the guy's last time on the court. There's a different way and a different feel in the atmosphere of how you play. And also just, us staying positive. We put in a lot of work. We hear, you know, all the negativity about our team, you know what I'm saying, this and that. And, you know, we're just trying to go on a run. The main thing we did was stay positive. Everything was positive today. Nothing negative, you know, nothing to bring people down. We just stayed positive and stayed locked in together and did it together.
All right, that's all we have time for tonight, Jamal. Sorry for my little mix at the beginning, but thanks for hopping on with us tonight. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You have a good night. Pick up with Marcus Carr here in just a second. Thanks, everyone.
Sully, Marcus is sitting down.
Perfect. Marcus, thank you for hopping on with us tonight, man. We'll get right into questions for Marcus. Just like before, just as soon as the first one rolls through in the chat. And with that said, it looks like we'll start off with Marcus Fuller.
Marcus, just going off what Jamal said, can you talk about the team's attitude tonight? He said he felt like you guys had a sense of urgency and were really positive about trying to make a run here.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, we had a stretch there in the second half where we kind of, you know, lost our heads a little bit. We're very turnover heavy and just weren't guarded. And that's really all we talked about was, you know, not giving them easy baskets and guarding, and, you know, we're going to win the game. So it was just about us sticking together, buckling down, and making sure that we got those things done.
Andy Grader, over to you for the next question.
There was a media timeout with 4 minutes left. What was the message there? Because that was a turning point kind of right after that.
Yeah, like I said, we just said, you know, we have to get stops. That's all this is about. Just have to guard. And I let the guys know that, you know, I haven't been playing my best throughout these first 36 minutes, but, you know, it's crunch time now, and I got them, and they let me know that, you know, they trust me, they believe in me, and we just went down, and I wasn't the only one. Tre made a big shot, and a lot of people were making big plays, and I just knew I had to come through.
Next question will come from Daniel House.
Hey, Marcus, you can tell Brandon's really fighting through things out there. How impressive has his toughness been as he's battled through injuries?
It's amazing. He's been doing it all year, all season. You know, whenever he's out there fighting with us, we know, you know, he has our back no matter what. And, you know, we have his back as well. We try to help him as much as he can. But, you know, he's a warrior. I love playing out there with B, and we always know he's going to give us 100% no matter what.
Next, we will go to Adam Jardy.
Hi, Marcus. You guys get Ohio State now, a team you've had some serious success against in your career. What do you think of that matchup, and especially given that Liam was so effective against them earlier this season when you faced them?
We had a great game against them earlier, but, you know, this is a new season right now. This is March, and we're obviously two different teams. But we're going to go out to look and execute and do the same thing and end with the same result. They're a great team, and, you know, they've been playing well. We're going to come with our game plan and just look to execute.
Next, we will go to Jim Rich.
Marcus, when you look at what's happened earlier this year, you guys have had leads slip away, and you haven't been able to finish some of these games. Was there a different feeling out there tonight, knowing that if you lost, it was over, and, you know, you may not be wearing maroon and gold again, you may be in the NBA after this? Was there kind of a feeling like, you know what, we don't want this to end yet?
Yeah, definitely. That's something that coach has said even before, you know, the tournament has started. He's like, you know, you guys don't want this to end. And me, this being my third year playing in a conference tournament, I know how it goes, and you definitely don't want it to end no matter how many years you have left. So that's definitely a feeling that I had, that we talked about, that, you know, we don't want it to end. We just want to go out, go on a run, make this special.
Marcus Fuller, back to you.
Marcus, what did coach talk to you about in the, you know, after the game? And obviously, like you're saying, you know, you're playing Ohio State, you want to keep this going tomorrow.
Just that, you know, we made it ugly on ourselves. We did a lot of things, kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. But at the end of the day, you know, just the way that our team is right now, we're going to have to, you know, win games ugly. We're going to have to fight, claw, scratch things out, and be able to pull it out in the end. And, you know, that's what we're able to do today. And we have to ride that momentum into tomorrow as well.
All right, and I've not received any additional requests for Marcus, so we're going to end at this time. And Marcus, so thank you very much for your time. Have a good night. We'll finish here in just a few seconds with Coach Pitino. Thank you, everybody.
Sully, we've got Coach Pitino here. He's coming over, so we'll go ahead and get started.
Thank you, Paul. All right, Coach Pitino, thank you for hopping on tonight. Same as before, please put a message in the chat if you'd like to ask Coach a question. And with that said, we will get started with Andy Grader.
Coach, what can you say just about the players' resolve? I mean, down 7, 4 minutes left, back against the wall, 7-game losing streak, but still have the fight to come and get a win.
Yeah, proud of them. I mean, we got stops. I don't think they scored a basket in the last 4.5 minutes, which was great, and we're not going to be a masterpiece by any means right now just because we're down so many guys, but you're going to have to win ugly like that. We did that. We wanted to get to the foul line. I do think the backdrop, not being able to be in the arena, I think it probably bothered both teams. That's why there's so many missed free throws. But we did a lot of great things. I mean, Eric Curry, 12 rebounds, Brandon Johnson, 10 rebounds. Tre Williams made some big plays. Jamal made some big plays. Obviously, Marcus down the stretch was clutch.
Daniel House, over to you.
You mentioned getting to the foul line. Those numbers really jumped. You're at 23% in the first half, 49% at the end of the game. Do you think that was an X factor in this one?
We talked about, we put a huge emphasis on keeping them off the line and us getting to the line. With Liam out, we're obviously not getting a lot at the basket from the post presence standpoint. We're obviously not a great three-point shooting team. So let's drive the basketball. Let's attack. Put them in foul trouble. We were in the double bonus with a lot of time left, but we also missed a lot of free throws. But huge point of emphasis was getting to the foul line, winning that free throw line battle.
And next we'll go over to Marcus Fuller.
Coach, what can you say about Marcus? In Rutgers game, he hit the late 3, even though he wasn't shooting well. And then tonight, the late baskets to give you guys the win.
I mean, he's a clutch player. He didn't even play great for most of the game, but when he needed to deliver for us, he did, and he was confident the whole game. He didn't get down on himself. He had a good disposition throughout. Didn't get down on himself on those missed free throws. He's, 81% free throw shooter. So that's why you need older guys, because they understand it and they just keep fighting, and every time he shoots under 2 minutes, I believe it's going in.
Andy Grader, back to you.
Marcus just got done telling us that the message was, you don't want this to end. You don't want the season to end. What was kind of what you were trying to say? How would you kind of expand on that kind of urgency and end of days kind of talk?
Well, when you lose in a single elimination tournament, the season's over. So that's really what I was talking about. It wasn't all that deep, it's March, win or go home, and you don't want it to end. So that was really it. It wasn't all that prophetic by any means. And they give them credit, give our guys credit. They guarded when they needed to guard, and they rebounded the ball when they needed to.
Next, we will go over to Jim Rich.
Hi, Coach. You've had leads before late in games, and they slipped away. Could you feel that there was a difference about this because of that finality, that if you lose, you're going home, the season's over? Or what, did you feel something different on the bench or on the court that you saw out there?
Not really, Jim. When you're coaching, you're just kind of thinking next play, to be honest. If you're on offense, you're thinking about executing, then you're thinking about getting back defensively. So you don't think big picture in the middle of a game. It was just, what can we do as a coaching staff to put our guys in a position to win?
Right, but did you see something different in your players, the way they may have responded tonight, I guess?
They held them without a basket for 4.5 minutes. I think this team, with Liam out and Gabe out, has not guarded well at all. We have not had a defensive identity, and that probably was the change, where we got gritty, we got uncomfortable, we got to stop, and we got the rebound.
And next, we'll go over to Adam Jardy.
Hi, Richard. When you guys played Ohio State earlier this season, Liam Robbins was so critical in that game. How do you prepare for Ohio State this time on such a short turnaround? And is there any chance you could have Liam back?
I don't know about Liam. I guess we'll kind of see tomorrow. Obviously, he was terrific that game. That was his best game of the year by far, and he was a difference maker. We're obviously clearly a better team with him and with Gabe in the lineup. It won't be as much about Ohio State. It'll be about getting some rest. And then we'll watch some film tomorrow. We're going to have to get up really early to test, which stinks for all of us, but, everybody's dealing with it. So my biggest focus will be on rest and obviously putting together a game plan tonight.
Last two questions tonight will come from Daniel House and Marcus Fuller. Daniel, please start us off.
You can tell Brandon's really battling out there. How impressive has his toughness been? How impressive has his toughness been as he's been battling through those injuries?
Amazing. Yeah, amazing. I mean, he wanted to transfer up to this level. You know, I mean, he's worked his butt off. He loves being in the Big Ten, although it's been a unique year. He is absolutely hobbling. He has not practiced in weeks. You know, and he's just, it's been all on toughness. And, you know, it's offensively, was 1 for 7, but 10 rebounds was terrific. Drew 5 fouls. So did a lot of terrific things. I mean, and he's just a very, very tough kid.
Marcus Fuller, back to you.
One of the bright spots, obviously, with the injury to Gabe is that Tre Williams has had to come in and really give you some offense. Tonight led you guys in scoring, but he's been doing a little bit of that, you know, late this season.
Yeah, he can score the basketball, and he's getting more efficient with his shot selection, shooting more catch and shoot shots, which we need. Had a couple turnovers. Everybody did that were just drive you crazy, but I thought that was a really good game for Tre and made a big 3 when we needed it. And then also made some great stops and, you know, got in there and rebounded too, which was good to see.
All right, that's all for tonight. So, Coach, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much to everyone else for hopping on tonight. Appreciate everybody taking the time. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you.